Hi, I'm Linda with 𝐲𝐽crafter, and I'm excited to be here with our Expo fans to share our Halloween flip tunnel card tutorial and tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do.
Hi, I'm Linda 𝐬𝐽 with 𝐲𝐽crafter. We're a company that launched at Creativation 2020 back in January. We offer new dies and stamps, new launches at the beginning of every month. So we're really excited about all the new products we have to offer everybody. We do die stamps, stencils, inks, tools. We do some really fun projects and inspiration on our website, 𝐲𝐽crafter. It's 𝐼-crafter, 𝐼crafter.com. We're excited to be here with you to share our haunted Halloween flip tunnel card. That's hard to say. It is a combination of our tunnel card series and our flip card series. So I get to share a little bit of everything with you. So hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. So this is a project we're going to make. It is the Halloween flip tunnel card. And I'll explain in a minute why it's called a flip tunnel card. But you can see it opens up, flips open, but then the front is also a dimensional flipping piece. And I combined a tunnel card design with a flip card design. So let me show you real quick what I'm talking about, because it's kind of hard to understand what's going on until you see where it started. This is a flip card. This is a dashed circle flip card, and it's called a flip card because it starts off looking like half a circle, and then when you fold back the front it becomes a full circle that you see, and it opens up like that. So that is the basis for our flip Halloween haunted Halloween flip tunnel card. And then our tunnel card, I'll show you real quickly, this is what the tunnel card actually is designed to make. You can see it is a tunnel card there. It has the 3 dimensions. And you can see all the pieces in there, and it creates a fun card that also folds flat for mailing. So that's where we're starting from with this. So let me show you a few more pieces of what's involved in the making of this. So as I'm showing you making this, you'll understand where pieces are coming from as I talk about them. So this is the tunnel card base swan, and the reason it's called the tunnel card base is it contains the main piece to make the tunnel card. The other pieces are add-on, the Halloween and our other pieces that we're continuing to add to it are add-ons, but you need this original tunnel card, and you can see again it creates 3 dimensions. In the tunnel card series, this is the mermaid. Again, you can see the dimension. It has a lot of fun detail. And then we also have a Christmas version. You see Santa flying through the sky in the background. It's dimensional, and again it folds flat so you can mail it. So they're a good series of dies that we have. The other thing too is they make more than just a tunnel card. You could make a shaker card with them very, very easily. Here's the Christmas one as a shaker card. So there's a lot that you can do with these. And then we also have the Halloween treat lanterns. So they could either hold candy treats, or there's a little tea light in there, faux tea light, and there's little pieces. So these are the main things that we're going to use pieces from to make our haunted Halloween flip tunnel card. So let's get started. What you're going to need to make this haunted Halloween flip tunnel card are some cardstocks in Halloween colors, black and a neutral kind of color, some kind of metallic. I used a shiny metallic cardstock. We have the 𝐲𝐽crafter double-sided adhesive, the eye stick, and some thicker vellum paper for the ghost. So the first thing we're going to do, this is from the flip card dashed circle die. we're going to die cut, take this whole larger piece, and we're going to die cut it out of the background paper, the color that we want to use. I use this dark blue color. So we're just going to cut it. You'll see there's a crease line right here. We're going to fold that and do a nice fold. This is the �crafter burnisher tool. Creates a beautiful bone folder like fold crease in there. So that's the background part. Now we're going to keep this piece out because the next thing we're going to do is we have the centerpiece for the flip card dash circle. You can see the dashed circle here. So if you notice, there's a little point here and a little point there. So when you run it through your die cutting machine, you want to align these dots or these arrows in here, right there. And we're going to run it through the die cutting machine. Now the thing is, I used a smaller piece of orange cardstock because I'm not going to need this. I'm not going to need this side of the final piece. So I just ran it through just like that in my die cutting machine. Okay. And this part here is going to be scrapped. So I ran it through like that. And when you do that, what you get is this gap here. So what you're going to, the only thing you need to do is to trim away this little, both ends here. They're very tiny. You just want to do a clean little snip and another clean little snip. That's going to make the this orange piece that you see in here. You can see it's green on the back and it's green on the back. So that's the background piece. The next thing we're going to do is, these are the drop-in pieces for the tunnel card. So this is a haunted house. We're going to mix and match the flip card circle. This fits right inside that circle, right along the dashed lines. You could line it up with the dashed lines. You want the bottom of the house. You could see the house down towards the bottom. You could put a little bit of washi tape. So let me go run it through my die cutting machine. Okay, so I'm back. I ran this through with a little bit of purple tape, ran this through my machine, and this is what I ended up with. So I have the house is still in there. When you fold it down, and there's a crease line here and a crease line here, when you fold it, you want to fold it back, and again you want to do a very crisp line. Okay, and now we're not going to need this little part of the circle, and again the reason that's there is because it's designed as a tunnel card and or a flip card, and the tunnel doesn't actually, we don't actually need this piece, so we're going to get rid of that. So now that's what you end up with. Okay, next we are going to take this same die and we are going to cut a piece of scrap or a smaller piece of cardstock in green, and you just lay it on top and you just die cut it like that, and you get just the house. So you do it in a different color, and what I'm going to do is just cut along along the bottom of the house, just to create kind of like continuing the tunnel or the landscape shape. So there. So it just continues the form, and I'm going to layer this on top of there. So it's designed to fit exactly, but before I go on, I want to ink it a little bit. So I want to introduce you to the iCrafter eye brush blender brushes. These look like foam, but they are actually soft bristle brushes. So they come in 10 different colors. They look like candy, actually. They are in color families. So I'm going to give a little bit of black, and these are the iCrafter Premium Hybrid ink pads. They come in 10 colors. I'm going to use the black, and I have a matte down here. I'm just going to lightly brush some color on just to give it a more vintage look. You can see the blender brushes work beautifully for small details. And okay, so there's the house. So I'm going to adhere it to the front of that with just a little bit of liquid adhesive. Just avoiding the shutters so that they close. And I'm going to just wrangle up my eye brushes, and I'm just going to do a layer like that. And I'm going to use, this is our iCrafter iClick die pick with the retractable tip so you don't stab yourself. And I'm going to fold open the window shutters because I want to give it a little more dimension. I left it orange in the piece in the background, so it has a little color in there. But so there is these shutters. Now let's go on to the next part. We're now going to cut the front piece, this lavender lighter purple piece. Now this is where the tunnel card base swan comes in. It contains this larger piece, and this is what makes all of the tunnel cards. So let me show you here. So this is the shape, and basically no matter which tunnel card you do, this is the house, you would drop it in there and make a piece of the tunnel card. In this case we're going to do the spooky trees in the front, so it's this piece, it drops in there, and then I'm going to cut it out of the lighter lavender, lighter purple paper, and I'll take it to my die cutting machine, and I'll be right back. So this is what you get when you die cut it out of the background, or out of paper, out of cardstock. And you see it has these two crease lines on either side. Now when you make a tunnel card, you fold those. But in this case, we're going to want to trim the sides so that it becomes the front of our card. So I'm going to take it to my paper cutter. I'm going to just trim these sides off so that it's a clean square, and I'll be right back. So I've trimmed this down, and now you can see it is the front of our card. I'm going to take again some of the Hush Darkness black ink, and I'm just going to, what I want to do is sort of accent their faces a little bit. See the little scary faces, in case you didn't see those. That's what I want to do. I'm just kind of highlighting just bits and pieces of it. So we're going to start with the banner there. So now I have these pieces cut out, and they fit. You have these two little pieces that go on either edge like the rolled paper. So what you want to do, and in this case I'm going to color it very lightly with antique linen distress ink, because I want it a very subtle color. This piece this way. Now here's another thing. This is our iCrafter reverse tweezers. This is really good. It has that flat tip, so you can also use it to push things around. Very precise. It is a reverse tweezer, so it holds everything very nicely. You can see it doesn't go anywhere. The next thing I need to do, there is the spider web. And now the green, you can see back there. I have the front of the card is going to go like this. So I want to cover up, basically what I'm doing is covering up that little bit of green and orange that is showing there, because it's a little distracting. So I'm kind of placing it like that. So it goes around the tree. We're going on to our next step. We're going to die cut the word Happy Halloween out of the darker purple cardstock. Now what I did, I used the 𝐲𝐶rafter double stick adhesive sheet, and I applied it to some dark purple cardstock. So it became like a sticker background or a sticker piece after I ran it through my die cutting machine. And to save time, I pulled it off, cleaned it all up, and have it all ready to go here. So what I'm going to do is, there is my banner, and I'm just going to use my reverse tweezers, and I'm going to lay that down on top there, and the happy goes on top, and I have it so that it lines up. And if it's a little tricky, you just use your die pick tool. We now need to cut this piece into the back of the card before we start assembling it. So the easiest way to do that is to start with the back of the card. This piece, without attaching it yet, this piece will line up along the right hand side. So you can take, now this is the piece from the tunnel card Halloween, and align it back there as, you know, the main thing is to make sure the moon is showing there. So I think that's pretty good. You can also take the front of the card and lay it, it's going to come in slightly, so you could kind of see where the moon is going to show up. Now, once you're happy with the way that looks, you can remove all these, and then you could take this piece and go run it through your die cutting machine. I'll be right back. So I taped it down and I ran it through my die cutting machine, and you can see the moon is now there and the little bats are now cut out of there. We are going to add some shaved ice ink around the moon, and it's white hybrid ink, and it's just going to create that glow around the moon. So now we have the glow around the moon. We have the back midground. We're going to attach this next. I use some very strong adhesive tape, and I'm just going to apply it along this seam. So okay. Now you want to fold it open like this, and now you see how you have this angle here. You want to align it with the angle at the top of your background piece too. So you align that, and you align along the right, or I guess left hand side there, and you now have it attached. Next we're going to add the foreground. You're going to add some adhesive just along the edge, and I am going to use just standard tape. Now we're going to, again, keep it a little bit away from the exact corner, and stick it down like that. Okay. We can next add this here. So I kind of want the hand to appear coming up behind it, right? So something that's just subtly scary. Not too scary, just subtle and scary. So I'm going to attach the hand first before I do the front panel. And so you can kind of see where it's going to go. And then the front banner is going to go right there. So let's add some adhesive. Again, it's going to go just along the bottom here, the adhesive. You want to see it'll go here, it'll go here, come up along here. Guess the hand's going to grab a little bit more. Yeah, you don't want to glue it down to that orange area below, because then it won't flap open. So it is going to go like that, fairly close to the bottom. Out of vellum, we die cut some ghosts, and then from several different die, we cut various sizes of bats. There is a larger bat, there is a smaller bat, and then there's these itty bitty bats that come in this piece. So I did a variety of them. You could see it's just attaching those. The ghosts, I have clear vellum adhesive, and I have one coming off on that side, one coming off the house, and then the larger bats in front and the tiny bats back there. But we're pretty much done. I'm just going to finish up the last few pieces on that. So that is our Halloween Hauntings flip tunnel card. Let me show you the dies that we used. The main piece was the, it's a flip card dashed circle. That was the main part of it. We also used the tunnel card Halloween add-on. This is all those pieces that you saw, adding the spookiness. We used the tunnel card mermaid add-on for the banner up here. We also used the tunnel card base, which is the framework that you're going to need to make any of the tunnel cards. It is this frame. We used the Halloween treat lantern, which are, again, these fun little, they make little baskety treat things. They can also be strung up and hold lights. And that had some bats and the word Happy Halloween in there. But you get a lot of different pieces that you can use. And then we have the mini Halloween Hauntings, which has this wonderful spider that you could see would work really well with this spider web. But these work with the geometric dimensional domes, which is another product we have that creates a 3D shape in there, which is really fun. Tools that we used were the die pick, the iClick pick, this way, the iPress burnisher and pad, and again it does a great bone folder on one side, and then it has a foam pad and a ball end so you could shape flowers. This is the geometric dimensional dome. Can you see that? Then I used the eye stick adhesive sheets. There's 6 in a pack. And the eye brush blender brushes that come 10 in a pack, and they come in these really pretty colors. And then we also use the hybrid inks. This is the black and the white, but there are a total of 10 colors. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. This is Linda Canase with iCrafter, and happy crafting.